Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Is it morning for you now? Hello. My name is Keenan.
Hi, Keenan.
Hello.
Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. I hardly recognized you because you had a haircut since I've seen you last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's summertime. I like to shed my skin in the summer.
Why don't you shave it all then?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So
I'm not into sculpting my head like a hedge.
Like Fred said Fred.
Right said Fred. I've slept all day. Yeah, I was up very late last night with my friend Roddy Bottom from Faith No More. He was showing me some new keyboard maneuvers. And they usually get together with whatever equipment they can muster up and play, and then whatever comes out. You know, you can't decide on exactly what you want to be before you play. It's just a natural thing.
The guitar or a piano, or do you meet in the rehearsal room?
Sometimes we write it on an acoustic guitar, and sometimes we write it on a flute or an electric guitar. I come up with a basic idea of the song usually, you know, the guitar part, and then we get together and play it over and over again. We decide on how long it should be played and all that stuff.
Did you do that before or after the music? Did you do it before or after the music?
Usually after.
After the music.
Popular people, the jock type of people who are into sports and staying clean and brushing their teeth all the time and doing what their parents were, you know, asking them to do. They always asked me if I wanted to join their little clubs, and I decided not to. You know, I would rather hang out with the people who didn't get picked for the baseball team, you know, and who smoke cigarettes and listen to rock and roll music. You know?
Skip class, you know.
Why did you go to school anyway?
Yeah, the hot those kids either.
Yeah.
You know, really. We could have if we wanted to.
But it was impossible.
Stay well groomed.
It was impossible because we had a different perspective than them, and a lot of times we would meet somebody and like try to turn them on and like, hey man, this is the Dead Kennedys, or this is Black Flag, and they're just like, ooh, you're weird, or they were so close-minded, we were just dismissed as freaks, you know. Hey, where's Ricky Rockman anyway? Who do you think you are? Ricky Rachmaninoff, Boris Batnoff, and Natasha.
Okay, now in just about a year, you guys have gone from kind of like the underground.
Heavy metal boys, shave your head and wear a dress.
Do you ever feel now that you're suffering from the kind of Guns N' Roses syndrome, where people want to take more interest?
Or something like that. Gossip.
Oh, it wasn't just in America, though.
I think it was just in America, yeah. And you know, that Dave,
But I mean,
I have to leave you because I'm going out with Kurt now. And that's really happening in this band. That's some dirt on this band.
How much do you think that video has contributed to your success?
The lithium video?
No, just video in general.
Oh, a lot in the States, because MTV is a really big, popular thing in the States. Yeah, I'm a little Napoleon.
He's a little Napoleon, right?
So they.
Not with Chris Novoselic around.
That's right. As I stomp my foot on the ground, assertingly, and raise a lot of dust, I stomp the ground like a rooster, and I peck the ground like a chicken.
Yes, this is very serious.
Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. I'm all confused.
You're a poet, you don't know it. Hey, it's nice to see the world.
I don't know, yeah.
And seen a lot. You know, we were like in West Belfast.
Belfast is amazing. The reception is incredible. Ever ride on tour? Hardly ever.
Who want to have their thing that they can relate to, as just as much as the black kids could to hip.
Genesis and Elton John, and you know, and the young kids have like us.
High school who are listening to the same music as their parents, you know, it's really gross. It's not as bad as it was just a few years ago. I remember, you know, the same kids in high school listening.
You get where you live, right? In the city, you're more inclined to be into the more hip stuff. You're out in the rural places. Forget it. You know.
Well,
you never know.
I think the future looks good for good bands with integrity to be exposed. Felt that like every 10 years there's always a handful of really, really good bands. You know, there always has been. If I would have grown up in the 60s, the late 60s, I would have only liked a handful of bands. I think most of it's bullshit, you know, like Strawberry Alarm Clock and Vanilla Fudge and all that stuff. It's just crap, you know. But most of that stuff is looked upon now. I only would have liked Blue Cheer and the Stooges, you know, and Black Sabbath. I can only think of like maybe 5 bands I would have liked if I would have grown up in those days, you know. And that's the same way it is now. I can think of about 10 bands I really, really like.
You know, rap music, and there was a point where rap was underground, and it took about 10, 12 years for it to become mainstream.
Go into this record store, you know, and I shouldn't have to even think about stuff like that, but I guess that's fame, you know. And until people's attitudes change about fame and guitar solos and all that kind of stuff. But it's stupid. I mean, just
It can be a burden, you know, to be wanting to be famous, kind of vain, really.
end up staying in their hotel rooms all the time. Total reclusives, and then they don't do anything. That sucks. I don't want to turn into that kind of a person, but I can.
So people think that you're really wild people, you know, taking shiploads of drugs every day and, you know, wrecking hotel rooms and stuff. I suppose you've met that kind of attitude.
And it's just cliche.
Yeah, and it's just stupid. I mean, hey, we're a rock band.
It's
We're
all
supposed
Everett
to do
True's
drugs,
fault.
you know?
He is. He's the biggest rock star journalist there is in the whole world right now. Yeah. It's all his fault. He lies about us all the time. He's a dick. I hate his guts.
The rock press. Are
You just had him in a headlock over there.
But I've heard
If you don't have a story, you may as well lie about it, right?
That's what I've heard.
Well, yeah, where did they get the input information?
We're recording our record next month. Did you know that?
Are we gonna do it in my basement? Are we gonna do it in my basement? Where are we gonna
Some
do
of it. I'd like to try to do some of it, but I think I'd like to do it reciprocal. You know, not at the same time, but I was thinking maybe we should record like all the songs with Jack and Dino. And
That's by November. See, that's the whole thing. It has to be like on the shelves by November.
yeah,
That's the whole thing.
Is that in your contract?
No, that's just our.
that's our demands.
Wild and confusing. We're gonna be on the cover going. No, one of us is gonna look raw. Is gonna be naked. One of us is gonna look wild with loincloth and like some wild man. One of us is gonna look really confused. You know? We're all wild and confusing.
It won't be as clean as the last album, that's for sure. Maybe a few songs will, but really don't want to go into a 24-track studio and have a professional producer and a professional mixologist at the wheels. I think we'd like to do it ourselves this time.
Capable of. So you want to hear all the.